Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Orlando, Florida, and welcome to the NXT PLE Halloween Havoc. We have some incredible matchups here tonight. We have the North American Championship on the line first. We will then see the Evolve Championship on the line as well for the first time on NXT PLE. You will then see the NXT Tag Team Championships on the line, and then the Women's NXT Championship, and in the main event, the Men's NXT Championships. That is a total of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 championship matches. And we'll see how things go. As Sikosis here, the challenger, the number one contender to the North American Championship, was able to win a huge triple threat match. Almost, not, I wouldn't say out of nowhere, but it kind of came to a surprise that it came back quickly. The victory, quick roll up, and I guess his opponents just were not prepared for something to happen so quickly. So Sikosis was able to take full advantage of that and go ahead and secure the victory. A lot of people questioned whether if that type of victory would allow him to be fully prepared for a true match against a champion, but I guess we'll find out here tonight just how well Sikosis has prepared himself for this championship opportunity. I believe he's gotten previously a Heritage Championship opportunity. I'm not 100% on that. Do not quote me. But nevertheless, he gets the opportunity here tonight against Dark State's very own Cutler James, who was actually, surprisingly, I believe, coming out alone here tonight. And he is, as Osiris, Griffin, Shaquan Sugars have a match later tonight, so they're going to go ahead and have to focus on their match and hope that Cutler James can get the job done alone. On the other hand, the Alexan not in the building here tonight. I'm not sure where he's at, but he is the current TNA International Champion at the moment. Dark State everyone from Dark State holds some type of gold. They hold both the North American Championship, they hold the NXT Tag Team Championships, and the TNA International Championships. But with that being said, they're also putting their titles on the line, so by the end of tonight, they could really, realistically, if things were to go very against Dark State, then they would leave here tonight only having the TNA International Championship in their hands. But I guess we'll see how things go. As here opening up, we have the NXT North American Championship on the line. It is the number one contender, Sikosis, getting a huge opportunity here tonight. Was once again, as I mentioned, able to win a triple threat match to be able to go ahead and crown himself the number one contender. And here tonight, he gets that opportunity against the champion, Cutler James. We'll see how things go here tonight. Will we be able to say "and new," or will we leave here tonight saying "and still"? The NXT North American Championship. We'll find out in just a couple of moments, as I am ready. The fans are ready. I believe both of the superstars are ready. Still a question on if Sikosis is fully ready, just because of it's a big jump from being able to get a sneaky victory to them jumping straight to the championship. But this guy's been mentored by Rey Mysterio. He's all about the underdog. He's made Zelina Vega champion. He's made Dragon Lee champion. He's been able to make Rey Fenix champion. Rey Mysterio can certainly make Sikosis champion, as he's trained all of them and has mentored them all within the LWO. And we are ready to go ahead and jump in straight into this first match of the night. Sikosis versus Cutler James, the NXT North American Championship on the line. Who will be able to crown themselves champion? As Sikosis nice and early going to go ahead and begin this match on the attack. And he is feeling the energy. I do see a little bit of nerves from Sikosis, and it's such a big opportunity to try to become the NXT North American Champion, but Sikosis is going to have to calm down and try to live in the moment if he wants to go ahead and secure the title. On the other hand, of course, Cutler James has a bit more experience. He's had his feud with Ricky Saints. He had a unsuccessful challenge, and then the second time around, he was able to go ahead and crown himself the NXT North American Championship champion. Since then, he's had a couple defenses. I don't remember exactly against who, but point is, Cutler James has a bit more experience when it comes to these championship matches, and that may go ahead and prove very crucial within this match. But Sikossi's nevertheless still in control as a big drop off of the top turnbuckle. A big leg drop doing some huge damage onto Cutler James nice and early into this match. As the referee's already counting. Of course, has to win by pinfall or submission. Sikossi's cannot win the title by countouts. He can win the match by countouts, but not the title, as Sikossi's going to look for the pinfall. Is this enough to put him away? 1, 2. A kick out at 2, as Sikossi's going to have to do a little bit more. And then just that to be able to put Cutler James away, as Cutler now able to go ahead and counter, escape the hold of Sikossi's. As now Sikossi's maybe in trouble. Oh, big damage done to the right arm and right hand of Sikossi's. As now Sikossi's trying to fight back, but Cutler James with some big right fist straight to the face of Sikossi's. I think I just said Sikossi's onto the face of Sikossi's. I meant Cutler James. My apologies. It's been a long day. Been trying to record as much videos as possible. Throat's a little bugging as well, so we're doing with what we can, though, as we continue this matchup. Cutler James now. And now the yawn's coming back, man. I've been yawning a lot too. I'm gonna need a drink of coffee right now. It's whatever, though. As Sikossi's right here, able to go ahead and fly back. He's now gonna go ahead and try to climb the top ropes. Cutler James trying to interrupt that, but Sikossi's able to move out of the way now. Sikossi's maybe looking to try again. No, not yet. Instead, going to look for the pinfall. Kick out at 1 by Cutler James. Going to have to do a little bit more, but Sikossi's is willing to do that little bit more off of the top turnbuckle with a big splash. Some big impact done right there, as now Sikossi's wants to look to put an end to this match potentially. Sikossi's sends Cutler James straight on top of the turnbuckle. Now, things might be getting dangerous here for Cutler James, who was sent flying. Cutler James taking some huge damage right there. As now, Cutler James still finding a way to go ahead and kick out. And not only kick out, he is now fighting his way back to being on the attack, looking for the quick roll-up rope break. And I did see the hand of Sikossi's touching that rope right there, so a very good job from the referee right there to be able to notice that, especially from the angle that he's at. Nevertheless, Cutler James is going to look to continue his attack, as Cutler James going to look to slam down Sikossi's, and he does so. Is now looking for the pinfall 1, and a kick out at 1 by Sikossi's. Cutler James going to have to do a little bit more if he wants to go ahead and become champion. He's going to have to keep fighting on here, as Cutler James now slamming down Sikossi's. And Sikossi's may be out. Sikossi's gets up instantly, as Cutler James is instead of waiting for him, seeing if he could go ahead and put an end to this match. But instead, it might be Sikossi's who may be able to turn things around. Big leg drop. Cutler James may be out. 1, 2, 3, and oh my days. We have a brand new NXT North American Champion. I repeat, a brand new NXT North American Champion. Sikossi's has done it. People questioned if he was ready. Well, he proved here tonight that he was, as Dark States came in here 4 for 4 with all carrying gold, and now they are 3 for 4 as Cutler James, after over 70 days of champion, has now lost his NXT North American Championship. Wow. 1 match, 1 new champion. And up next, we have the Evolve Championship on the line for the very first time on an NXT PLE. We have the number 1 contender, Super Sean Legacy, here tonight's facing off against the current champion, Jackson Drake. As Super Sean Legacy here has, oh my days, Jackson Drake attacking Super Sean Legacy before the match can even start. And now we know the Vanity Project, Swipe Right, Jackson Drake, Zeta Steel, they are all about finding any way, shape, or form to win their matches. And Jackson Drake knows it's going to be a very tricky match here tonight. And that is exactly why he has to try to attack Super Sean Legacy before the match even starts here tonight. But things are going south for Jackson Drake, as Super Sean Legacy has been also been able to get a little bit of attack here and there. Jackson Drake, nevertheless, still having a big advantage right here as he switches things around. It looked like he was trying to look for the pinfall there, buddy. You got to get inside of the ring. The match hasn't even officially started, as Super Sean Legacy still getting some damage in there. But Jackson Drake, nevertheless, sticking back to the kendo stick, doing some big damage. Super Sean Legacy able to move out of the way, but once again, Jackson Drake able to knock him down. And the fans are cheering. They're excited to see the Evolve Championship on the line if this match even starts, because Jackson Drake wants to continue to attack onto Super Sean Legacy now with a sledgehammer. Oh my days, I'm not even sure if this match is gonna begin, because Jackson Drake continues to attack now. Super Sean Legacy returning the favor. And now Super Sean Legacy looking to send Jackson Drake inside of the ring to officially begin this match. Jackson Drake is inside, and now Super Sean Legacy follows. And now we have officially begun this match. And now I guess we're going to have to wait and see if we will be able to crown the new Evolve Champion, or will we here and still. While yes, Super Sean Legacy has taken quite an amount of damage by the attack from Jackson Drake, Jackson Drake also took some damage too. You know, Super Sean Legacy was able to slightly return the favor, but I do think that after that attack, Jackson Drake has a bit more of an advantage. So we'll see how things go. As Super Sean Legacy here, what is he looking to do? Oh, missile drop kick. As now Super Sean Legacy looking to fly, looking to put an end to this match. Big splash. Jackson Drake maybe out. 1, 2, 3, and he is. Even after attacking Super Sean Legacy, he is not able to get things done. And we have a new WWE Evolve Champion. Super Sean Legacy has done it. He has beaten Jackson Drake and is the new Evolve Champion. 2 matches and 2 new champions. That is quite an incredible feat. And we'll see if it continues here, as Hank and Tank are going to go ahead and get their rematch for your NXT Tag Team Championships. They lost those titles in an incredible matchup. It was Hank and Tank, the Hardys, and Darkseid all battling it out to climb the ladder and rip those titles and grab them. It was Darkseid who was able to go ahead and win the match. And Hardys later joining the main event scene. So now it is Hank and Tank who will go ahead and get their rematch. I'm not sure if it's going to be so easy for for Hank and Tank to be able to get the rematch. Of course, all the previous times that Hank and Tank were able to defend their championships against the Hardys, against Darkseid, it was usually because the other team was getting involved within the matches. While yes, Darkseid did take one clean, fair loss to Hank and Tank, the other times it was because, for example, Matt Hardy was attacking backstage, or vice versa, because Shake on Triggers and Osiris Griffin was attacking Matt Hardy backstage, or Jeff Hardy, or whatever it was. Point is, Darkseid and the Hardys were getting involved in each other's matches, allowing for the title defenses to be that much easier for Hank and Tank. So here tonight, without the help of beatdown Osiris Griffin and Shaquan Sugars, it is going to be quite difficult for Hank and Tank to be able to get the victory. But they have done it before back in one of their first title defenses, I believe, possibly their first here on the channel. So they have proven that they can get it done, and maybe they can go ahead and continue that here tonight as we have Osiris Griffin, Shaquan Sugars. Definitely watched the opening matchup as Cutler James unfortunately lost his North American Championship, and now Dark State, who were, full of gold for a couple of weeks, now unfortunately only 3 out of the 4 have that gold. As now Shaquan Sugars and Osiris Griffin maybe having a little bit more nerves, knowing that if they lose, well, then it's only going to be Dion Lexon with the TNA International Championship who will be holding gold. But I guess we'll see how things go with that, as first we figure out if we will have an and still or and new here tonight. Of course, still to come later tonight, we have both the men's and women's NXT Championship on the line. We have Obafemi and Javon Evans fighting for the NXT Championship in the main event. I'm excited to see how that goes. But for now, we will be focusing on the NXT Tag Team Championships. Shaquan Sugars and Osiris Griffin defending their titles against the former champions, Hank and Tank, in a rematch. No Hardys involved this time, which, as I previously mentioned, may, go into the favor of Dark State. But we'll see how things end up going. We've already had 2 new champions here tonight. We'll definitely be seeing some more, as I made it quite clear. I do believe that Obafemi will have the ability to go ahead and be able to crown himself the brand new NXT champion. But we'll see how that goes, as Javon Evans could definitely go ahead and prove us wrong, but we'll see. I've already placed my bet. I actually bet 5 cents on Obafemi winning. So let's go, Obafemi. Just kidding. I'm not allowed to do that. I would have lost my job. I'm just joking. Triple H, please don't fire me. I need this job. My mom's kind of homeless. As now we continue this NXT Championship extravaganza. This up next, the NXT Tag Team Championships. The match has officially begun. Osiris Griffin and Hank will go ahead and begin the match, as Hank looking for the very quick pinfall. And Osiris Griffin able to quickly kick out of things, as now Hank is being countered, put into the turnbuckle, big clothesline. I got the very fortunate opportunity to go ahead and interview both Hank and Tank, and I just talked to them almost like buddies, a lot like I did with Jade Cargill. Unfortunately not over lunch, so I don't know if I mentioned Jade Cargill actually paid for it, so that was very nice. But we were just chatting it up, sipping on some water, complimentary water here within the facility. This was a couple hours before the show started, and I was just talking about them, about the opportunities that they've been having, and just how they were able to be such a great team like Fraxium, who are former World Tag Team Champions, and how they've been NXT Champions. They now have the opportunity to become 2-time NXT Champions, and just all these different opportunities that they're getting. Of course, I don't talk about it much, but Hank and Tank have also been, if you guys didn't know, Burger T as his own little promotion, and Hank and Tank have been showing up over there. They actually won the tag titles over there and held them for quite a bit. I don't think they hold them anymore. The point is, they've been getting all these opportunities, and we've been talking about it, and how, of course, the both SmackDown and Raw tag team divisions are very strong, but they're also very old. I mean, you have the Hardys, the Mammoths, even with the Motor City Machine Guns, DIY. I mean, they're all older teams, and at some point, those teams are gonna have to go. They're gonna eventually retire, or just an injury. Hopefully not an injury, and hopefully they just retire willingly. But some may get injured and have no choice. And I just talked to them about that opportunity that they may have at joining the main roster within the next couple of years, and how they felt about all of that and all the opportunities they were getting here on NXT. And they were very grateful. They were very gracious and humble about all these opportunities, and they talked about how it was very exciting, and that they would hope that wherever Fraxium is when they're getting moved up, that they could go ahead and join that same brand to continue having great matches against Fraxium as much as they would be versing each other. They are all great friends, and it would be very nice to continue to have matches against each other. So just to show that these guys have so much future, so much talent, so much capability, whether they win or lose here tonight, and they are extremely humble, and that makes them great for this business. However, things are getting tricky now, as Shaquan Sugars may be looking to put this match away, looking to send Hank, I believe, straight into the turnbuckle. Tag made to Osiris Griffin. Whew. A little bit of yawn right there, as Osiris Griffin may be able to put this match away. Big boots. And now Osiris Griffin may be looking for the final blow, as Osiris Griffin trying to fight here, but I believe that was Tank, who is now sent flying out to the outside, and now Hank maybe put away. No, Osiris Griffin is countered instead of Big Boots, or it turns straight onto the face of Osiris Griffin. Ooh. Oh yeah, baby, I'm tired. It's now big splash right there onto Osiris Griffin, as Osiris taking some big damage onto his arm. And I believe that is Hank. Honestly, I'm kind of blind, so I can't really see from here that well, but it's alright. Hank trying to make an impact right there. Osiris able to move out of the way, and now it's back to Osiris Griffin back on the attack. Sent into the corner. Tag made. No, it is not. I tried to anticipate it so it looked cool, but instead it was just a clothesline by Osiris Griffin, who is now able to counter Hank. As now Hank is going to be sent once more into the turnbuckle. This time the tag has been made, and now Shaquan Sugars is the legal superstar. As Shaquan Sugars with a big shoulder check, now looking for the pinfall. One. Just the one. Shaquan Sugars not done though, as now some big stomps onto the body of Hank. Big knees as well onto the upper body, and so is making some contact right there with the face of Hank. And now quick pinfall, quick roll up. Shaquan Sugars, is he going to be able to kick out? Is able to do so at 2, and now Hank and Tank in trouble. Is able to go ahead and kick out though, now trying to make the tag, but Shaquan Sugars quickly interrupting that, and now, oh, Hank, or Tank, I believe that's Tank, protecting himself. A very nice save right there, as Shaquan Sugars was looking for something tricky there. Shaquan Sugars once again gonna look for the pinfall, not able to get it done, and a kick out at 1 is now, oh, big damage being done right there by Hank. As now Hank is back on the attack. What right now would be a phenomenal moment to go ahead and make the tag into Tank, but Shaquan Sugars may not allow that, as he is able to counter and now able to do some big damage, dropping Hank once more, trying to look for the tag, but once again it is Shaquan Sugars who interrupts and denies that. Tank is now being sent flying, and now things may be getting tricky here. Then Shaquan Sugars may be able to put this match away, as Shaquan Sugars, what is he looking to do? Gonna look to potentially climb the top ropes. He is. A dangerous spot. A big splash. Is that enough to put him away? Maybe not yet. Trying to attack Tank once more. Tank able to defend himself quite nicely. And now Shaquan Sugars is just taking up that whole corner. I think what Shaquan is trying to do is make sure that there is no one to interrupt the pinfall. And right there, big stunner, as Hank was trying to do something onto Shake One not able to do so. This time he is, and Shake One Sugars may be put away, but Osiris Griffin is right there, very quickly ready to go ahead and break the count there. So we see the technique working with Shake One Sugars. There was no one to help Hank, but unfortunately it was Shake One Sugars the one who was dealing the damage, not dealing the damage, but may be doing some big damage here. Off at the top ropes, frog splash to win the match. One, and there the count is broken as Tank is back. Shake One Sugar is going to need to do some more damage onto Tank. Shut him out real quick. Sends him out flying. This opens up the possibility to go ahead and secure the match here. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Dark States are still the NXT Tag Team Champions. And while they may not necessarily hold all the gold as they did before the show, they still hold a good amount, dominating the NXT Tag Team division, as well as having the TNA International Championship. Congratulations to Dark State. They may have taken an L with Cutler James at the beginning, but here tonight with the NXT Tag Team Championships, they go ahead and take the dub. Yeah.
The following contest is scheduled
Oh my days. Trying to do some math here. Trying to see if I have, your boy's busy. I gotta make sure I'm on top of things with my mathematicas. So 354. So that would be, let's just make this 20, 54. We add another 6. I'm clearly very bad at math, but anyhow, next up we have the Women's NXT Championship on the line, as we got Soruka, the #1 contender, and we also have a former NXT Women's Champion in Zariah in her corner. And I'm surprised Zariah is in her corner. And I say this because she lost her title to Masha Slamovich. Masha then lost it to Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace defends it here against Zoruka. Masha nor Zariah never got the rematch. So if Zoruka wins here tonight, and Zariah wants a rematch, she's going to have to face her best friend. So is she really rooting for Zoruka to win, or does she want Jordan Grace to win so she can actually get that rematch? Just think about it. That's quite suspicious to me. You get what I'm saying? But that's just me thinking. Maybe I'm just trying to, do a little too much. But that's just the way that I think. I feel like Zariah's out here to make sure Jordan Grace wins, even though she's in the corner of Zoruka, as then she doesn't get her NXT Championship opportunity. But I guess we'll see how it goes, as the double champ is here. The NXT and TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace, I believe a 4-time TNA Knockouts World Champion, and this is the first time she's able to hold the Women's NXT Championship, and now in her first title defense. Maybe switching quick. I mean, Zariah had one title defense against Izzy Dame, then lost it to Masha Slamovich. Masha Slamovich on her first title defense lost it to Jordan Grace. So the NXT Championship has been bouncing around and has been struggling to find a true place. A true place, yeah, just overall a true champion to really defend it, and I guess that kind of just says that all the call-ups that have been happening as of late, they are taking the best woman, which means right now there is trouble in finding the top woman, but it looks like right now that is Jordan Grace. She is holding 2 huge championships, the top title for NXT in the women's division and the top title for TNA in their women's division. Of course, before all of the switcheroonies, we had Stephanie Vaquer. She was a very dominant champion, and Zariah was able to be here. And then again, as I said, one title defense, and then Masha Slamovich, and now Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace here in her first title defense, hoping that she can come out successfully. Still a double champion. Luckily for her, win or lose here tonight, she still leaves as a champion because only the NXT championship is on the line, which means if things go against her favor, she still has a big opportunity at still going ahead and continuing to dominate with the TNA Knockouts World Championship. But we'll see how this goes. As Zororuka starting off things very hot off the top ropes with a big splash. Now quickly looking for the pinfall. A quick kick out of one, but we are seeing the determination off of Zororuka. Very quickly, Zororuka, former Women's North American Champion and Women's Speed Champion, holding those titles together as she was a former double champ earlier this year, losing those titles to Thea Hill and Cora Jade respectively, is now looking to add the NXT Women's Championship to the mix, and big damage being done to Jordan Grace very quickly. Zororuka, oh my days, big damage being done nice and early here. Zororuka really showing the hunger that I was talking about previously with the Motor City Machine Guns. They had so much hunger at becoming champions that they ended up pulling out an absolute banger of a match. And Zororuka get to go ahead and do the same here tonight. Of course, I mean, you go from being a double champion to then losing both of your titles within the span of like not even 2 weeks. I think it was like a weekend, or maybe it was 2 weeks. The point is, you go from hero to zero, in reverse. That is bound to suck, and it's going to make you want to just instantly gain a championship, and it will make you, be full of adrenaline and pull out some crazy moves, and some that we have seen from Zororuka so far here tonight, who has started things off very hot, as Jordan Grace now finally getting into the match, looking for the pinfall. One kick out at one by Zororuka. Of course, as I mentioned previously, Zororuka does have Zariah in her corner, so she may have that numbers game advantage potentially. However, again, as I mentioned, is Zariah really here to help Zororuka, or is she here to make sure Zororuka doesn't win so she can get her rematch as Zororuka maybe put away 1, 2, a kick out at 2 by Zororuka. I'm not really sure what she's here for. I'm trying to read here on Twitter what you guys are saying. A lot of people think that Zariah is going to go ahead and turn on Zororuka here tonight, especially if she wins. So we'll go ahead and see how things go as Zororuka looking to put this match away, but Jordan Grace able to quickly kick out of things ago. Kick out of... what did I just say? Kick out of things ago? Yeah, my brain is fried. What is going on is Jordan Grace may be able to put this match away, dropping Zororuka. Now is going to look to climb the top ropes, potentially. Yes, she is. Jordan Grace, usually a big powerhouse, but is not scared to fly as a big splash into the pinfall. 1, 2... a kick out of 2 by Zororuka as this match continues. And Obafemi, of course, still to come later tonight against Javon Evans in the main event. NXT Championship on the line as Zororuka was looking for a finish there, but messing up. Second time off of the middle rope, able to get things done. As now Zororuka may be looking for the finish here. Things may be over for Jordan Grace. Is this enough to beat her? Whoa. Kick out before 1. But still laying there. And shows that she took damage, but kind of playing the mental game of kicking out instantly. Soroka with a soul snatcher. And just like that, may become the new Women's NXT Champion. Kick out at 1. Jordynne Grace still in this, however. Soroka definitely has another trick under his sleeve, looking for a second soul snatcher. Jordynne Grace able to move out of the way is now Jordynne Grace. Looking at counter Zol, sending her straight into the turnbuckle. And now it is back to Jordynne Grace being on the attack as Jordynne Grace going to charge up now. Gonna look to put an end to this match. And looking to successfully defend her Women's NXT Championship. That's gotta be it. As Jordynne Grace is not happy with that. She is not content with that. She wants to make sure there is no chance of Soroka kicking out another big, what would you call that, Canadian Destroyer? I forgot what you call those. It's whatever. As Jordynne Grace is not yet finished. She wants to do as much damage onto Soroka as possible, but maybe that hesitation was a mistake because now Soroka is able to counter and able to find herself back inside of this match. Climbing the top ropes, is going to look to fly the big splash. Big damage done. As Soroka now may be back in control, sending Jordynne Grace back inside of the ring. Is going to look for the pinfall right here, right now. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. We have a new NXT Women's Champion. The title continues to bounce around. And Soroka is your new Women's NXT Champion. She's held the North American Champion. She's held the Speed Championship. She's been a double champion. And she adds another piece of gold to her resume. The Women's NXT Championship. Jordynne Grace worked so hard to get there, but in her first title defense, not able to retain. And while she still is champion, definitely some frustration knowing that she is no longer a double champion. But nevertheless, it is now time for the main event of the night. Obafemi versus Javon Evans for the NXT Championship. Of course, Obafemi had just had a match yesterday against Rusev in the last time is now John Cena final opponent tournament. And now to have a match here tonight. I wouldn't say he took too much damage from Rusev. He did most of the damage, but nevertheless, still, it gets you sore to do damage onto others. Try punching a punching bag for, 10 minutes consecutively. The next day you wake up and you feel a little sore. Even if you're a guy who happens to do that on a regular, like Obafemi happens to wrestle on the regular, it still may impact you. But we'll see how things go here tonight. As Obafemi, Javon Evans set to go 1-on-1 NXT Championship on the line. Of course, Obafemi never lost his title. He vacated. He had Javon Evans versus El Hijo de Elia Park to crown the brand new NXT champion, as Obafemi had vacated it to find his royal guard in order to truly rule over NXT. And he found that royal guard, and he said he would announce those superstars that he found all over different promotions and around the world. He would announce them after he became champion. It wasn't about if he became champion or when he got the champion. No, when he did. And he made it very clear that tonight would be that night. Javon Evans has a big challenge ahead of him, a man he's never been able to beat. But nevertheless, a huge opportunity here tonight to prove that he wasn't just holding the title for Oba. He really took it, and he is the champion for a reason. Because if Obafemi wins here tonight, then it really is, El Hijo de Elia Park and Javon Evans holding the title just until Obafemi gets back. It's kind of like a take care of it for me while I'm gone, but I'll be back soon type of thing if Obafemi is able to win here tonight. And I think that's definitely the way Oba intended it to be. Of course, El Hijo de Elia Park was very outstanding in his title defense. Had multiple title defenses. Um, he had like back-to-back, and every week he gave opportunities to I believe Tony D, Lexis King. I'm trying to think who else. Well, point is, he had a lot of title defenses. Then eventually, when it was Javon's turn, he's not able to get things done that second match against Javon. And instead, it was Javon Evans who was able to crown himself the new NXT champion. Since then, Javon has had one title defense against Shawn Spears. And now Obafemi trying to end that title reign nice and early. Still quite young in his title defense. It was only 2 weeks ago that he defended that championship for the first time, so still quite early on to his title reign. I keep saying into his title defense, but into his title reign. So he's not going to want to lose it quickly, but Obafemi definitely wants him to lose it quickly. So we'll see how things go. We have the young OG, the NXT champion, Javon Evans, versus the ruler, Obafemi, a returning Obafemi, looking to gain back his gold NXT championship on the line. It is the main event here tonight, and we are ready to go ahead and begin this matchup. Obafemi, Javon Evans, NXT championship on the line. Let's do this thing, man. I am ready for this matchup. We've already been able to crown a new North American champion, a new Evolve champion, a new women's NXT champion. Will we be able to crown a new men's NXT champion as well as Obafemi right there? I'm trying to make some impact, looking for the splash, but nobody home as Javon Evans was able to move out of the way. Of course, Javon has learned quite a bit. While Oba was away, he had to go ahead and be one of the top guys. Still is, but definitely higher towards the mountain while Oba was gone, and that may go ahead and allow him to potentially look for the victory here tonight. It seems quite hard for Javon Evans to do on paper. Definitely Oba by far the favorite, but nevertheless, he can go ahead and try to do it as a big uppercut right there by Obafemi. And I don't mean to belittle Javon Evans, but then you look at what Obafemi is doing in the last time is now John Cena final opponent tournament. He's already beat Rusev. He's already beat former world champion Damian Priest. It's like Obafemi is a freaking beast. Maybe one day Javon, but right now it is Obafemi's time to shine, and he is proving that as he is in control at the moment in this matchup. Obafemi with some big hits, big clothesline, dropping Javon Evans right there as Javon trying to get up, and he does find a way to get up, and Obafemi misses his hit right there, but quickly countering Javon. Javon able to counter though as well, and a show of strength from Javon right there. As now Javon Evans gonna look to fly right here over the ropes and make some impact onto Obafemi. Does make some sort of connection, but did end up hurting himself a little bit as well, as now Javon Evans trying to make some more impact onto the body of Obafemi, not able to do so. Both of them just countering each other, and in the end, it is Obafemi who is finally able to lay a hit with a big clothesline. As Obafemi was trying to fly off of the middle ropes, but Javon smartly rolling outside of the ring, forcing Obafemi back onto the mat and off of the high ground as Javon Evans now over the top ropes, leg drop. Big damage done right there onto the head of Obafemi as now Javon Evans looking to climb the top ropes, looking to fly right here. Obafemi able to move nobody home as more damage was done right there to Javon Evans, and now Obafemi may very well be able to put this match away. Javon Evans able to get up quickly though, and now Obafemi sending Javon Evans down once again, as now Obafemi looking to fly, big splash onto Javon Evans, and Javon Evans may be put away nice and quickly here as Obafemi knocking Javon Evans down once again. I'm surprised he hasn't looked for the fall from grace, but maybe he is looking for that now. Not yet. Another big clothesline. I do believe that Obafemi understands that this is a new Javon Evans, a man who's going to need a couple more beatings before the fall from grace for the for that to finally be the final cherry on top. If he does the fall from grace now, maybe Javon Evans finds a way to kick out, because of course, as I mentioned previously, Javon Evans has learned, he has improved, he has gained more experience and gotten better. But we'll see how things go as Obafemi charging up. Javon Evans going to be grabbed by Obafemi, sent straight into the turnbuckle now, put sitting on the very tippy top of the turnbuckle, and Obafemi grabbing Javon and slamming him down straight onto the mats. Big damage being done by Obafemi. There is now a big clothesline, dropping Javon Evans once again, as Obafemi with an elbow drop. And Obafemi now gonna look to climb the middle ropes once more, and looking for another big splash onto Javon Evans. And now Obafemi once again charging things up as Javon Evans slowly getting up. And now gonna look to attack Javon Evans once again. And Obafemi may be ready to hit the fall from grace to put an end to this match. He hits it. But it seems like he is not content with that. The ruler Obafemi wants to do more damage. A second fall from grace. And he is going to look for a third. But a third time is going to be the charm for Javon Evans. A little too much. Trying to bite off more than you can chew. This allows Javon Evans to hit a huge diamond cutter. One. But it's a quick kick out at one by Obafemi. But just showing that even after two fall from grace, Javon Evans is still in this match. Sometimes when you get the first one, you just got to try it. There is no reason to try to hit three just in case, because there is that possibility of that counter. And now Obafemi has to basically almost start back from zero to do some more damage onto Javon Evans. Is right here, Javon Evans with a big DDT onto Obafemi. As now Obafemi being picked up is able to counter. And now Javon Evans met by a big double X handle of sorts on the side. And now one elbow drop, two elbow drop, and a third elbow drop straight onto the face of Javon Evans. Big damage being done right there is now Obafemi. What is he looking to do? A big clothesline charged up right there. As Obafemi continuing his damage, he wants to look for that fall from grace. Big clothesline as he was able to duck the move of Javon Evans. And now Javon's time may be up. He's already been hit with two fall from grace. I know. Thought he was going to be hit with another, but Javon Evans able to move out of the way. And now, oh, big hit by Javon Evans, who is going to look to fly right here. Can he make a splash? Big frog splash. Now going to look for the pinfall. 1, 2. Ooh, not even two. A kick out at 1.9 as Obafemi able to escape right there. Now slowly trying to get up, but quickly met by some big boots, big kicks by Javon Evans. Javon Evans trying to look to continue control. Was looking for the finish, but Obafemi able to move out of the way. Instead, Obafemi may be able to put this match away. As Obafemi is charged up. He's already hit two fall from grace to Javon Evans. He hits a third. And is he going to look for a fourth? It's tricky because Javon can counter. But if Obafemi hits this, it is well over a fourth. 1, 2, 3. We have a brand new NXT champion. Obafemi has returned with his royal guard, who will we be finding out who takes a part of that. But for now, his NXT championship back in his possession. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys all over on Monday Night Raw.